Okay, today I'm going to film a little differently. I'm going to take this apart. So I have some scenes that I'm going to keep for my next build, like some of this stuff, but otherwise this is going to be disassembly. Excuse the mess. My Lego room is always a cluster. So good place to start. Pull the minifigures out. Actually, I'm going to leave Chewy in the AT-ST because I'm going to reuse that in my next build. Potentially. Oh, just lost Chewy. Probably reuse some of these bridge things, but for the most part, I'm disassembling this whole thing. with this thing. I did a custom wiring and lighting for everything. So it's going to be a matter of a lot of disassembly. Oh, another minifigure. Like I said, lots of lighting throughout this thing, lots of little pieces put in. This was one that a lot of people didn't really see, but I have little LED lights in here that I had for the ghost scene. I wanted it to look like Luke was talking to Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Anakin. So I used really tiny LEDs. Tiny little ones. It's funny, this thing took a while to build. And as you can tell, I've gotten the majority of it broken down, at least in constituent parts, mostly, rather quickly. Not too worried about completely disassembling this, because I will be reusing some of it. But I'm also redesigning all of it, so like I have to go through and pull out this resistor and other stuff, but right now I just want the big stuff out of the way. And I will be probably posting build videos as I go of the rest of it. Let's see, there's, oh, gotta take this apart to get those lights out. So what I did here is I used a technique I picked up from another YouTuber, where he runs the wiring throughout this. I have a plug on that side. As you can see, there's this trunk. There's another trunk over here. So I hid or tried to hide all the wiring inside of here. So here's part of that wiring harness I was talking about. Hidden throughout this thing. Once I get the wiring out, then I can go through and disassemble things more aggressively. But so that one's a bit of a more complex one. I tried running the power up the cores of these so that they would be hidden. I think I did a pretty good job. Sometimes I had to do something weird like that. But now I got most of the LEDs unhooked on that side. This one, I'll probably leave that alone because I kind of like that little fireplace, but this weird little bridge thing. Trying to make it look viney, but the main purpose was to hide the lighting and all the wiring, so it didn't look like wiring. It looked more like vines hiding in places. Learned a lot from this build. But I'm probably going to keep this build shorter, as I have to be up really early tomorrow morning for work. But okay, well, there was that part. And this was kind of interesting, this little lighting array. Again, I use those really tiny LEDs. I built it into this little fire pit thing. Okay. Well, did a lot of indirect lighting in this build. Try to make it so that there were like lets fire and stuff like that going on. Lighting on this thing I actually built. Took the build apart while I was building it, and then installed it all a little bit at a time. Some of it was installed, like I built it and then I figured out a way to get the light into it. Go. Whew. There we go. We got almost all the electronics out of this thing. Okay, apparently I still have... There we go. So there is all of my electronics for this entire build. Right there.